Hey, good afternoon. I hope your Wednesday has been a great one so far. Getting a little backyard time with the dogs before the evening begins. I've got some pastoral duties tonight with the church, so going to be busy with that. But what I wanted to get into, this video is the big L, and that doesn't mean loser. The big L. What this comes from, I posted a question down below, and I'd still love for you to answer it because it'll give me some ideas for some future videos. But the question that I was asking is, have you been furloughed, laid off, or seen your revenue or income drop in any way, shape, or form during this time? And then secondarily, what are you doing to navigate through that? And the thing that came out of this was the big L, leverage. And here's what I want to put in front of you. Leverage is always a great idea. Here's what happens. The majority of people make money by trading their time for money. So what they do is they work an hour and they're compensated for that hour. Or they work a year and they are given a salary for the work that they do in that year. And of course, the old secret nobody ever tells you is salary is a way to get more work out of you without paying you more. Just a little side note for you. But anyway, here's a couple of things that came out of that comment thread though. So my friend Marshall, who's not just a friend, he's been a mentor now for about 7 years. And if I were to tell you who's made the biggest impact in my professional life, by far, he's had the greatest impact. So love you, Marshall, love your family, and thank you for your friendship. So his business is he does live event speaking. He is a professional speaker in the personal development arena. And obviously you can't have live events right now. So the adjustment that he's made is he's doing private client coaching. However, I was asking him, what do you foresee coming out of this? And here's where that word leverage came in. But one of the things he's doing is he is equipping other coaches to train according to the things he's teaching. And then he's going to send them out and they can also train smaller groups of people. Now, it was interesting when he was telling me that, I got to thinking about a passage of scripture in Exodus where Jethro, the father-in-law of Moses, comes to see Moses. And in fact, the way the story is written is Jethro has Moses' wife and his children in tow because they've been living with the father-in-law. And so he comes to see Moses, and Moses tells him all the amazing things God has been doing, and they celebrate that. And then he shows him how the people come from sunup to sundown to have their affairs determined, for Moses to help make decisions and judgments for them. And Jethro, the father-in-law, tells him, this is no good. What you need to do is you need to find trustworthy, capable men, and you need to have them take groups of tens and hundreds and thousands, and you need to delegate that workload so that you're not doing this from sun up to sundown. You are deciding the more important things. And so when Marshall was talking about what he was doing, I was thinking about that Bible story. You take those private clients, those who really have the greatest potential, those who are willing to, pay for your time, and that's who you invest your life in. But then you equip others to take the things that you teach and you send them out and you let them further the work that you do, but now that weight is not on your shoulders. I had another comment that Forex trading was what this individual was using to supplement income that's been lost. One of the rules of wealth is you really want to get to the place where your money is going out to earn the paycheck instead of you. And so when you look at how wealth is built, really the ultimate objective is to get to where your money is doing the work. That's how you're earning your living. That's how you're paying your bills. It's because your money or your investments are going to work every day, and they're putting in the time and bringing home the paycheck. And so that is always a tremendous, thing you want to be doing, even if you're starting small. One of the things I encourage young people when we're going through premarital counseling, they're broke, they're just in love, is I always tell them, even if all you're doing is investing $25 a month, start doing that religiously. Get your money working for you. Send it out to earn a paycheck month after month after month. Make that a habit, and let that begin to take hold for you. And over time, you'll see amazing things happen. One of the big keys to growing wealth is you get to the place where you are taking the money you earn from your normal laborers, your normal wages, and you're turning that into assets. You're finding things that you can acquire that will then produce income for you on an ongoing basis. So like in our household, we use real estate for that. We use other income producing assets to do that. But that's what you work towards. Now, there are other things you can do to leverage, though. You don't have to be rich to use the process of leverage. Here's the real principle of leverage when it comes to financial matters. And the wealthy understand this. They've understood this for years, and they teach it if you're willing to listen or you find the right person. But real wealth is created by using a couple of things: other people's money, other people's time, other people's talents, and systems. And so what you're trying to do as much as possible is you're trying to separate your earnings from your time. Your time is your most valuable asset. Once I spend this minute, I never get this minute back. It doesn't matter what I do, I'm never going to get it back. And so if I can leverage this minute to do other things for me, then that's always going to be in my best interest. I was speaking with a client earlier this afternoon, and we were talking about the fact that you either want to separate your time from money, or if you're going to have to trade your time for earnings, then what I want to do is I want to leverage that time so that I can amplify the earnings of that particular moment in time. So what my friend Marshall's doing with group coaching, that allows him to do that, to take on these private clients. He might be able to speak to all of them at once in a private conference call and leverage that time or amplify that time to create greater earnings. So right now, what a lot of people are learning to do with their businesses is use tools like Facebook Live to amplify their time or to leverage their time to create a greater economic impact. A business model that's been out there for a long time, many of you are involved in it, is the home-based business industry, direct sales or network marketing, where you are leveraging your ability to interact with other people and refer them to a company, a product, or a business. But ultimately, you end up building your own sales team out of the people that you know. And so you all work together in synergy. But it's not just your efforts that produces the income, it's the efforts of others. So even in my current business mix, I have two of those businesses that I operate. One is an automotive business, one is a household goods business, but the paychecks are generated not just from my effort. Really, my effort is being a connector, connecting customers to the product, connecting other business-minded entrepreneurs to the opportunity, and together we work with synergy to create earnings off of that. And so that's a great way to do things. And especially right now, if your income is down, if you've been laid off, if you're not sure if your job's coming back or your business is slowed down, a lot of people have a little bit of an ick to those types of businesses because they've been approached by people who don't understand marketing, who are desperate and who are flat broke, and they approach from that standpoint. But a person who really understands the business model, really understands how to make it work, and especially when you're dealing with essential products. It's one thing if I'm trying to sell you a $200 a month vitamin that you probably wouldn't buy anyway, other than the company or the compensation plan. But when I'm selling you things like motor oil and filters and grease, that's a whole different story. Or if I'm selling you things that you're going to be using like cleaners and hand sanitizer and soap and things you would be buying anyway, I'm just changing your shopping habit. That's a little different story. Now, obviously, what's helpful in today's world is we're all migrating to this deliver to my doorstep model. And so there are home businesses that do exactly that in both of those industries I just mentioned. So if you want to know more about that, hit me up and I'll give you greater details on those and how they work. Other things that you want to look at leveraging. Leverage outsourced labor. I shared with you before my last book that I wrote, all I did is I recorded it on audio and I sent it to an editor to transcribe, edit, put together in South Africa, and then I outsourced the graphic design for the cover, and that whole process cost me right about $125, and it's put a book out on the market that has made me several $1,000s. That's a way to leverage systems. I've taken videos where I've trained on a topic like how to set up a Facebook, business account and how to advertise on Facebook. And I've packaged those into digital courses. I'm leveraging what I know, or I'm leveraging a video that I've already made, leveraging a talk that I've already given, and simply turning that into another source of revenue. What I do as an agency is I will sell marketing services for a company that's not big enough to have their own marketing department, but what I leverage is experts that work for me. I've got an SEO expert, I've got social media experts, I've got graphic designers, I've got video people. So my job is to connect the service to the client, and then I use the efforts and the expertise of the team to produce the finished result. That's where we make our money. There are so many ways that you can leverage, and so the thing that I want you to be looking at right now is what things can you leverage? What skill sets, what tools, what business opportunities, the talents and expertise of other people. Can you leverage Facebook? Can you leverage YouTube? Can you leverage TikTok or Twitter or whatever your social media platform of choice is? What can you leverage? My daughter is getting ready to start driving for, I think, DoorDash. She's leveraging the current economy, the fact that she's got a car and she's got time on her hands, and we're all delivering our, getting our food delivered from these restaurants. How can you leverage the current marketplace? How can you leverage the expertise of what you know or what others know? So just a few thoughts for you on leverage. Last thing for you, if you're still hunting for this kind of stuff, I've got a source for you. They'll get it to you as quick as Amazon does, and better products, better pricing, so hit me up for that. Anyway, talk to you again soon. If you've got some other topics you want me to cover, throw those in the comments.